And we're back with the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. We want to thank our sponsors for sponsoring the show. Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, where Walmart is next door to us. Fearless Social, and also Poplar Bluff Drywall. The next film we have on the docket is Bottle Shock. This is a 2008 American comedy film based on the 1976 wine competition termed The Judgment of Paris. Basically what happened was you have all these world-famous French wines going against California wines.
Yes.
And the result was pretty surprising, right, Tonica?
Yes.
So tell us about Bottle Shock. Why was this one you wanted to throw in for us today?
I like wines. I mean, I even worked at a winery because I like wines. So being a tour guide and everything else, people brought it up. So that was one of the requirements was we had to watch this movie. Okay. I'm so glad that we did.
You want to work here, you got to watch this.
The winery that I worked at ended up being the California wines a couple years. So it's kind of nice. But.
So our characters, we have we've got Chris Pine, and he is the son of a vineyard worker in California, right?
Yes, in Napa Valley.
In Napa Valley, just when Napa Valley was kind of getting its, I don't want to say start, but kind of recognition, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they've got they're going on hard times. Chris Pine's dad in the film, played by
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. They're having tough times, not making a lot of money, doing a third mortgage on the business. Things aren't looking very good for him. Business is not going good. So we've got this side story, and we have another side story with Alan Rickman, correct?
Yes.
And he's a British wine guy in France, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wants to, I mean, what's his story in this thing?
Well, nobody's gone against the French because the French are the wine snobs. They had the absolute best wines. Nobody compete with them, and nobody really wanted to compete with them. But since he was British, nobody wanted to shop at his restaurant. Not restaurant, I guess a wine cellar type place.
Yeah.
Where he sold wine. And he had one American friend that came in all the time that would drink his wine, of course.
Yeah.
And so he's the one who really brought it to his attention about the California wines. And he said once the California wines start coming out and being that great, he was going to move home. I don't know if he ever moved home in the movie. They never showed at the end.
They never do, you know.
But he said he would move home if the wines were that good.
So then Alan Rickman goes to California to check out some of these wines and get some of these people into his blind wine tasting contest, correct?
Yes.
He meets all kinds of people, finds all kinds of great wines, and one of them is Chris Pine and his dad. And they end up going back to France for the wine tasting contest, and...
They end up winning.
Which was it, the white wine, or was it the...
there was a red wine and a white wine. Both did it. And they're actually in the Smithsonian right now.
That's
you can
amazing,
actually go and
man.
you can see the bottles.
I mean, you know it's a big deal when the Smithsonian gets into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie, what are your thoughts on this film?
I really liked it. My biggest beef with it was Chris Pine's hair.
Yeah.
Were you jealous?
Yeah, man.
Were you
No,
jealous?
I wasn't jealous. Actually,
It looked weird.
And I told my wife it was really funny. Like after watching, I was like,
I think it was
I know
fake.
that's a wig.
Yeah.
But I've seen guys with hair that crazy, so I'll let it slide. But otherwise, I wish he had grown his own hair out. But whatever. He's doing, 3 movies a year or whatever. No, but I really did like that. I like Alan Rickman. I like Bill Pullman. I like Dennis Farina, the aforementioned American in Paris or France. And, it was really neat the way that it was all put together. Everybody was so distinct in their characters. So, and the story is interesting, too, especially if you've never, if you're not much of a wine person, it's still an interesting story to see how the Americans beat the French, like you said.
And they almost didn't compete because they thought their wine was bad, right?
Yeah.
Because it turned brown. Is that?
He made it too perfect.
Yeah.
And by making it too perfect, when the oxygen actually got into the wine, the Chardonnay is actually a brownish grape. So it turned brown, and it will do that for about 7 days, and it'll switch back.
That's amazing.
And now it's a thing that they're like, it's treasured. If it does that, then they know that they have something special. Now it's like a big thing.
Yeah.
But back then, no one heard of it. And they ended up having to go to a UC Davis and then asking the guy who, had all the vineyards there at the university, and he's the one who said, I've never heard of this before. And then he was like, wait, it has to be this.
Yeah.
And then that's what Bottle Shock was.
So interesting. So cool. And the movie's good. The soundtrack is awesome, too. There's like 3 or 4 Doobie Brothers songs on it, man. You got some Bad Company. You even got some French type of vignettes in there as well, man. So, good acting, good storyline, and, it is based on a true story. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
So
I love the scenery. I mean, because they didn't have to change a whole lot with Napa Valley, because even though it was set in the 70s, if you go to Napa Valley, looks like that. They only had to like change the cars out and a few things, and everything was just right there.
You're right, Tonica. The cinematography was gorgeous, especially at the very end where they have those high, flying shots where everybody's happy and dancing and going crazy and
the
stuff.
Sun's going down over the vineyard.
It's very, very well done, man. So it's called Bottle Shock, and you can find it on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's streaming right now. All right, check it out, Bottle Shock. Coming up after the break, we're going to review Mad Max Fury Road. It's a good one. We'll get to it next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.